Hello, hello, hello. Dana Wilde here, and welcome to the show. It's so good to be here with you. You know, every so often we get somebody who writes in with a question about time because it's the one thing we feel like we need more of, isn't it? It feels like we never have. I don't know about you, but I feel that way. Like I've got a list of ideas, so many ideas of things that I'd like to implement, and they all take time. And I know I have to bust myself probably on the I'm so busy story more than any other story out there. And so today's no different than any other. We got a question about this time issue, and I'm just going to read it to you, and then we're going to unravel it together, okay? So the question goes like this. Uh, Dana, my family counts on my income, and so I need to stay in my day job. When I get home, I feel like I'm too tired to work my side hustle, and so what can I do? I totally get that, right? And I understand. And so let's take this layer by layer and let's talk about this. If you've been following the show for any length of time, then you know that the most important thing to growing your business is your mindset. And this time shortage idea comes from the idea that your business grows with action. The more action I take, the faster my business grows. And to take action, you need time to take action. But if we know, and we do as brain trainers, that what builds your business is positive expectation. What builds your business is knowing that your business is growing, feeling good about your business, getting access to those great ideas because you're using your best brain. If mindset matters most, and if that's what's building your business, then that doesn't require time. That's stuff you can do while you're at your day job, while you're doing other things, while you're playing with your kids, all of the other things that you're doing. And so the first reminder I want to give you, and this goes for everybody because I need it all the time, is that action is not what's building your business. Action is not what's building your business. We think it's action because the whole world's screaming to us, hustle, hustle, do more, take more action. But action is not what's building your business. People take a variety of different actions. Some people work a lot, some people work a little, some people get a lucky break, and they all end up at the top. So what's the common denominator no matter what kind of action they're taking? Whether they're online marketers on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on Pinterest, whether they're podcasting or live streaming, or they're doing offline like network marketing or trade shows, what's the common denominator between the people who rise? They have all sorts of different actions they take, but the common denominator is the way they think. The way they think is what's similar amongst achievers, amongst influencers, amongst entrepreneurs who are at the top of their industry. So if mindset is most important, and if time shortage isn't an issue, then that is the issue that needs to be addressed. Right now, you have a story going, and the story sounds like this. I could grow my business if I didn't have my day job, but I can't have my day job because I've got a family that counts on me. So my business can't grow because I'm stuck in this day job, and so my business can't grow because I'm stuck in this day job, and I can't leave this day job because my family counts on me. So why isn't your business growing? Not because you're stuck in the day job, right? What do we say? The problem is not the problem. The problem is that I keep thinking and talking about the problem. So the problem isn't that you're stuck in the day job and you can't work your business and you don't have time. The problem is that you keep talking about it and you keep thinking about it. So there's this underlying thing of like, my business isn't growing, my business isn't growing, my business isn't growing because I'm working this day job, my business isn't growing because I'm working this day job. And your reticular activating system, that part of your brain that's the little matchmaker that makes sure everything happens in your outside world, is saying, got it. Your business isn't growing. I'm your reticular activating system. I'm here to help to make sure that you stay right where you're at. Okay? So we have to shift that story. You have to find a way to talk about the current situation in a way that feels good. Train your brain. Step one, wake up. What am I thinking about? What am I talking about? Step two, make a decision. Do I want to keep thinking and talking this way? And we've already figured out step three, no, I don't. I'm going to start instilling the new programming to start talking about the current situation in a way that feels good. And then step four, have those good feelings. So what are some things that you could say that would help you to feel like you could shift in this. Because I'll tell you something else about energy and time is that people don't have a time management problem. They have an energy management problem. So you say, I'm coming home and I'm too tired, and all of us can identify with that. And I catch myself in the I'm too tired story sometimes too. And so there's no problem with that. That's normal. So the issue is bust yourself and say, how can I start to talk about my energy in a way that feels good? How can I start to talk about these little pockets of time I have that I'm not doing anything with, because I have this idea that to build my business, I need a big chunk of time. So how can I start to talk about the reality that I'm living in a way that supports my business? What if I started saying things like, I have found ways to work around the day job, and I like the idea of being an example for others in this. And I like the idea that it doesn't take a ton of time. In fact, it could just take one lucky break. And if I'm thinking the right way, I might get that lucky break. So I like the idea of thinking in positive ways and looking at these little pockets of time I have in ways that feel good. I'd like to be able to go to a networking meeting and have somebody say to me, how do you do it? How do you grow your business and work a day job? And I'd like to be able to say back, like, you know what? It doesn't take much time. It's kind of fun. I just work a little bit here and a little bit there. And when I get home, I make sure and have good quality time with the family. And then I feel good about doing my thing. And I give myself a pep talk and fire myself up before I do it. And I notice that when I say things to myself like, oh, I have energy and I can't wait, and my business gives me energy and it feels so good and I can't wait to dig in, that I actually start to feel that way. And I notice that it's the way I talk about the situation that gives me the time. And I'm not looking to be implementing so that I'm taking more action and having more to do. I'm actually looking to more allowing the good things in and letting those opportunities come to me and letting other people discover me and how awesome I am, and they can promote me and they can build my business. I like the idea of just getting a lucky break and things happening. And I know that happens when I'm feeling good, and I'm feeling good when I'm thinking about how awesome my business is and how it's growing and how I've always got time. I've got just the right amount of time I need. I can find the little pieces that I need. I can do a little bit during lunch. I do a little bit before work. I do a little bit on my breaks. Take some energy at the end of the night. It doesn't take 8 or 10 or 12 hours a day to build a business. When you are aligned and you are feeling good and your mindset's right and you're expecting those opportunities to come to you and your radar is all built up looking for those opportunities to come to you, you can build a business so quickly and so easily because you are in the vortex. You are totally feeling good and ready to go and knowing that everything is coming your way and everything is working out for you. That's how you build your business. That's how you build your side hustle. And I don't care what it is that you're building. If you are thinking in that way, your brain will find those opportunities for you because you're using your best brain. You want to be able to open those creative pathways and see everything that's on your radar. When you're thinking that way, you never know. Let's say you're selling a widget. Well, Walmart could come to you and say, hey, I want 1 million of your widgets, right? Or you could, if you're doing some kind of coaching or healing, some corporation could come to you and say, hey, do you want to do it for the whole company? And we'll come into the hospital and we'll use you here on a full-time basis. Like anything can happen when you're thinking in that mindset. Why? Because you're showing up in a better way. When you think like that, you show up as the best you, and you get the best ideas, and that's how those opportunities to come with you. People want to work with you. They like you. Why? Because you're happy and you're positive and you're feeling good and you're telling them how awesome things are going. You like them better. You want to have those connections. When those opportunities come to you, you're not tired. You're energized and you're passionate and you're feeling good. So make mindset your first stop. Realize that it doesn't matter how much or how little time you have. It really doesn't. Because I hate to clue you in. I'm going to break it to you right now. I've got some news for you. I hope I can hear this myself. You are never going to have enough time to finish all of the amazing ideas that are going to come your way. So let's stop with the time talk. Let's instead talk about managing our energy and enjoying the ideas we are implementing and enjoying the ideas we are sifting through. Let's hope that for the rest of our lives we have so many joys and passions and ideas that we can't implement them all. That's called being alive, right? That's called being alive. And so let's instead focus on the ones that we can. Focus on the things we can do. Focus on the positive things we can think. I know that this is the path for you, and this is the path for me too. I'm talking to myself as much as I'm talking to anybody else. We've all got plenty of time. We're right on target. We're using our best brains, and everything is going our way. And we'll see you next time on The Mind Aware.